Hey everybody, this is Ashley Duffy, and I am the new program manager for Fontabella and the Emergency Shelter Program, and I'm going to read you our mission statement today. Caritas Family Solutions strengthens the social and emotional well-being of individuals and families in order to create healthy relationships, loving homes, and strong communities. Now get excited everybody, it is time for your cast.
Welcome back to CaritasCast. I am your host, Joel Malone, aka your favorite HR representative. And with me always is
Brandon Montgomery. I am so happy to be back doing another show with my good buddy, Mr. Joel. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Another good Friday. How are you?
It's Cinco de Mayo, so I'm a little excited about this evening. I'm a big fan of tacos.
I'm ready for tacos, enchiladas,
burritos,
street corn. I need it all.
All of it. Some chips and salsa, and maybe a margarita or two.
Do you like the super spicy salsa, or what do you do?
Yeah. So there's a fine line for spice.
Okay.
And I found it for myself. If it's like lightly spiced, that's just a tease for me. That's not enough. I need some oomph behind my spice, but there gets to be a fine line where if it's too hot, I get the hiccups, and it's really embarrassing. And I remember this was years ago. I went on a first date and I got a taco, and I think I might have been trying to impress the person, but I got the spiciest taco there was, and I almost puked on the date. It didn't go well.
So I don't think that would go well at all.
But a margarita can fix anything in that situation.
Definitely. It will be a good time for sure. Well, it's May already. I can't believe it.
May is here. The warm weather is here. And May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. This is a big deal across the country, but especially at Caritas. This month, as an agency, we are participating in teen suicide prevention in conjunction with the National Mental Health Awareness Month. And that's such an important topic, especially for us because we serve so many children, and teen suicide is one of the top causes of death in teens. So being able to recognize those suicidal risk factors in teens and those ideations is so important. So it's so encouraging to see our agency participating in this, and just a very important topic for us and for everyone.
I really didn't know that. I'm glad you shared that. I can't believe that teen suicide is that high. I didn't know that at all.
It picked up during the pandemic. Kids were separated from their peer groups, from their support groups, and then it is kind of carried over now. And it's at an epidemic level where it needs to be addressed. And the way to do that is to make people aware of those signs of someone who's experiencing a suicidal ideation, who's thinking about taking their own life. And this is a really important quote about suicide and teen suicide is 100% of suicide is preventable.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't have to happen. We can intervene.
And then to add on to your thoughts, too, around the pandemic and things like that, during that time, a lot of us were really just not connected. We were isolated. We were going through all different types of issues, personal issues, professional, dealing with family, all of that. And that can definitely have a toll on you, so to speak.
It can. We are pack animals. We need human interaction. And during that time, people were separated and they were isolated. And now, coming out of that, it's finally been declared as over now. I think we're starting to see the ramifications from what happened there. And increased mental health is going to be incredibly important for the future of our country and for Caritas.
Definitely. With May being Mental Health Awareness Month, also, I think it's a great time to mention again more about Caritas's Employee Assistance Program.
The EAP program is really fantastic. It shows the class of Caritas that we offer such a great program to our employees.
Definitely. And for those that don't know, the EAP program offers 3 to 6 free sessions of counseling for any reason. It's completely confidential. HR doesn't know about it. You literally make a quick phone call, let those individuals know that, hey, I want to schedule a session with a certified therapist or a certified professional, and go from there. And you can also actually continue your counseling if you feel the need to. at a pretty decent rate too. So I would highly recommend, if you're going through or anything or struggling through any type of situation where you just need someone to talk to, please reach out and use our EAP program.
Don't try to do it alone. You don't have to be alone, especially if you're at Caritas. We are a family here. Don't go through this alone. Don't struggle alone. Reach out for help, and it will help.
We are a family. We're human beings. We're meant to be connected. We're meant to communicate with everyone, right? So staying connected, trying to make sure that you're on top of your mental health is so important, and especially in this time, in these times as well.
Absolutely. And kind of on maybe a more positive note about May is Mother's Day. We cannot forget about all the awesome moms out there. So big shout out to all our Caritas moms out there.
Big shout out. Woo,
woo, woo. Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any big Mother's Day plans? Or?
My mother, her birthday is May 15th. So it's always so close to Mother's Day. And sometimes, she likes us to try to package both of those events together. And sometimes we do that. I prefer to separate them. Let's celebrate Mom twice. Let's do her birthday and let's do Mother's Day on a different day. And funny enough, her favorite thing to do on Mother's Day and her birthday is go out for Mexican food.
Well, you all will definitely have a good time.
We certainly will.
For sure. And did you know that in the month of May, there also is National Nurses Appreciation Day?
Yes. We gotta love those nurses.
So you know what we have to do now, right?
What?
We have to give another big woo
to our nurses
as well.
our nurses department, and not just the Caritas nurses, the nurses all over this area. That is such a tough job and a job that is needed. We need good people with servants' hearts to be nurses. And if you've spent any amount of time in a hospital setting, or you had a surgery, anything like that, you know the value of having an awesome nurse watching over you. So big shout out to our nurses in May.
Definitely. And then just to come tie that back as well, it's all about connection and mental health awareness, right? So I'm sure nurses have been going through it all over these last couple of years, and their mental health is important as well. So again, please stay on top of your mental health. If you're going through something, please reach out to someone, speak to someone. If you want to speak to someone that you don't know that's more certified, please use our EAP program. Or use yours out there, if you work somewhere else. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's our nurses are great. The EAP program is great. And speaking of great, or shall I say amazing, I'm so impressed with what you did with this new episode. Joel wanted to kind of mix it up this month and put the focus on mental health awareness, which is, again, so important. And you've designed this episode to feel and be a little bit different than what our audience has heard in the past. So I'm super excited to do this. You've kind of held a little bit of the details back from me, so it'll all be fresh. So I'm ready to get started on this.
Well, let's jump right in then.
All right.
The one thing that I really wanted to do is make sure that we're constantly connecting with all of our family, right? Our staff, clients. In my personal opinion, true connection happens through vulnerability and requires both parties to share in order to grow relationships. So with that being said, we're going to turn the tables, so to speak, compared to previous episodes.
All right. And let me second that motion about vulnerability. And one of the things that will bring me the most respect for a person is when they're vulnerable enough to admit when they made a mistake. When they could say, hey, my bad, I did it wrong. When they take ownership of something, it builds my trust in them, and it makes me want to get even closer to them and share more with them, be more vulnerable with them.
So you know what you just said, right? You're mentioning about psychosafety or psychological safety, and that's huge in the workplace. And we can have a whole topic on that, maybe another episode. So I haven't told you this, Brandon. In order for us to be vulnerable, I know we often interview others and ask them to open up about their lives and tell us about kind of what's going on. How do you feel about you being interviewed today?
Oh, man. We have had some comments made that we're kind of hiding behind the microphone. So
exactly.
we haven't shared anything about ourselves. So I'm ready to be vulnerable for Caritas.
I love that. Well, let's jump right in then.
All right.
All right, so it's time for a segment called That Hot Seat.
The hot seat.
Yes, the hot seat.
Now I'm starting to get nervous. I was comfortable, but now I'm a little worried.
You might be sweating a little bit, but it's going to be all right. We're both going to be vulnerable. We're going to open up. It's going to be a safe space.
All right.
This is all about asking silly questions, all while making the other person squirm just a little bit, just a tad bit.
Just a tad. Okay.
Just a tad.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I think so.
Disclaimer, Brandon has never seen any of these questions, so you all know. What are you most proud of but never had an excuse to talk about?
What am I most proud of but never had an excuse to talk about? Wow. I rarely talk about the work that I did in Hollywood.
Really?
Before I came to Caritas. So when I was in college, my best friend in college in my fraternity, him and I would write scripts together. It was just a fun thing. We'd have ideas for TV shows and movies, and we would write scripts. And as it so happens, MTV actually bit on one of our scripts and flew us out to LA. And I got to spend a week at MTV, about 3 or 4 days at MTV over the course of a week, and pitch a TV show and kind of go into production meetings. And I ended up doing this a few other times with shows that never made it to the air. Some of them got close to making it to the air, but it's something that I'm kind of proud of, and I don't talk about a lot because I kind of think people think I might be flubbing the truth a little bit. I had some great stories to tell about, parties in Hollywood that I got invited to, and times I spent with celebrities, and it seems a little unbelievable, but I'm kind of proud of it.
Oh, okay. So you Mr. Big Shot over there. Okay.
There we go. That's why I don't ever bring it up. No, it was a lot of fun. It was before I was a dad, and before a lot of things.
Okay. So since you spend a lot of time with celebrities,
I have, yes.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh, the celebrity crush. I feel like I've had many throughout the years, but the one that always comes back to mind with me is Elizabeth Hurley. That is my celebrity crush, who I have absolutely no chance with ever, but Elizabeth Hurley.
Okay. I love it. You like it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Last hot seat question for you.
All right.
What would make you valuable in an end of the world scenario?
Aha. So what would make me valuable in an end of world scenario is I think I am kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. I tend to pick up skills and knowledge over the years in a diverse area of subjects. So I think I could learn how to do many things very quickly and kind of be the guy that can manage most of the situations. I could probably defend us from the zombies if this is a zombie apocalypse, and then I could also cook dinner as well. I'm a multi-talented type fella. So I think just my ability to adapt and overcome, I think I would just be the man to have on your team during the apocalypse.
I love that. That's cool.
So now that you've asked me a few questions, you're not getting out of the hot seat yet. I've got a couple that I could throw towards you off the top of my head here. So who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh, I would say Zoe Saldana.
I have no idea who that is. Is she one of the new celebrities?
I don't want to say she's a new celebrity. She's an actor, but she's been in a ton of different movies. Of course, beautiful. Actually, she speaks multiple languages too. Ooh. I'm not sure most people know that. But I don't.
Intellectually attractive.
Intellectually attractive.
Yeah.
Is it getting hot in here? I don't know what's happening.
See, that's what it's like to be in that seat there. Okay. I got another one for you here. What is one skill that you would like to learn this year?
Ooh, that's a great question. I would say one skill that I would like to learn or continue to grow on is the gift of gab. Mm-hmm. Most people don't know this about me, but one reason that I always loved managing people or kind of leading things and doing things such as this as a podcast is because one of my areas of opportunity is public speaking. So I'm always looking for opportunities where I can continue to enhance my public speaking skills. So to continue to focus on that, that's one thing that I would like to do. I continue to do this year.
So you're seeking out opportunities to do a little public speaking.
Of course.
Well, as it so happens, we have some big events coming up at Caritas towards the end of the year that we might need some public speakers. So I'm going to keep you in mind for all those.
See, I might have set myself up there.
You just did set yourself up there.
So this brings us toward the end of our episode. But this is not the end for you.
No, it is not the end for you and the monitoring of your mental health and the mental health of those around you.
And you can do that with our EAP program. Please remember that Caritas offers 3 to 6 free sessions for you to check in on your mental health.
And it's completely confidential. And if you want to access that, you just have to reach out to Joel at Human Resources.
Or you can go directly to the website if you feel more comfortable. That website is eap.ndbh.com, also referred to as New Directions.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. And it's time once again for this month's Mission Moment. Hey everybody, Brandon Montgomery again, Talent Acquisition and Development Manager here at Caritas HQ, and I am very excited to bring you this month's Mission Moment. On April 6th, we were able to bring together both the Bosco staff and some of the kids from Bosco for a joint CPR certification day. Our aim was to give the staff and kids an opportunity to bond together and to help these kids learn something new and develop an increased sense of self-worth, and you definitely saw that happen. The kids were very excited to learn something new. When they'd answer a question correctly, they'd get really excited and smile really big, and the staff seemed to be very encouraged by their positive behavior. And some of the kids even said they want to go into the medical field based on this. The coolest part was at the end when there was a skills test, and this is when you have to demonstrate your ability to do CPR. The kids stole the show. They were the best students there. They were showing the staff how to do it correctly. So it was a wonderful experience, wonderful opportunity for bonding, and it definitely happened. We can't wait to do it again.